it's just amazing that, a team that, again, they didn't look great against the Giants when they beat them on Thanksgiving, but it was a win. And they have a soft schedule in the last 5, and they're going, all right, it's possible. It's possible to get to 10 wins with this schedule. And then to come out, especially since Dallas has struggled the last 3 weeks without Zeke.
Yeah.
And then they come out and they make those type of mistakes. Man, I don't know if that's a reference on the players, if they had a bad practice week, is that Jay, who knows? But, man, how do you come out and play like that?
Yeah, it's very strange, isn't it? And when you have everything going and everyone knows what the stakes are, you really what I expected last night, and I don't know why I did, because Thursday Night Football just has a way of doing that to everyone. It's a very weird phenomenon. But what I expected was 2 really desperate teams, loser leave town match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if this is pro wrestling, right? Back in my day, the loser leave town match was a big deal. Okay, whoever loses this one, you're not in this area again. The whole thing, right? That's what it felt like to me. It was that type of a game, as an elimination game. Loser, we're not talking about playoffs anymore. Rest of the year, you're done here. And I expected 2 teams to go at each other with that type of desperation, that type of fury. Well, sometimes it manifests itself in other ways. It manifests itself in not being able to catch a punt. It manifests itself in not being able to get a drive going. And let's just be really frank about the whole thing. The offensive line, to me, has done yeoman's duty all year long, because when you're in a huddle introducing yourself to each other, hey, did you just get here Saturday? Yeah. All right, here's what we're doing on 21 gap. And expecting to protect your quarterback and make plays, we're really asking a lot. When Morgan Moses got hurt last night, that became, the 22nd combination in 12 games that they've played?
Yeah, it's been terrible.
And over the course of 16, that's going to show up. To me last night, though, Dallas, they came out with more the mindset of, we're not leaving town. I'm not quite sure what was going on with Washington, and then it was too big of a gap to get out of.
Well, here's what was going on. Jamison Crowder was going on.
We did talk about dropping punts again.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the worst game of his career, Charles.
But go back through the season. What have we talked about all year long with Jamison Crowder and fielding punts?
Yeah.
It's not new.
It's not new.
You keep expecting it to get better, because Jamison Crowder is a very detail-oriented, serious-minded type of a young man. But for whatever reason, he can't correct that. Sometimes you try too hard, right? Sometimes you do certain things. But it doesn't matter. Bottom line is, it's a result-oriented business. He keeps putting them in holes because he can't field a punt. Then he comes back and makes a great play as a receiver, but you're down 17 already. Mm-hmm. That's kind of been the tail of the deal. And I thought that Kirk Cousins made a great point at the end of the night last night. It's not lack of effort. Those that say it's lack of effort, I would take exception with.
Mm-hmm.
It's lack of execution. It's lack of bodies. It's lack of being able to do other things. It is results-oriented. It is bottom line. They're not going to the playoffs, but I cannot imagine having 22 offensive line combinations and expecting that team to be in the playoffs.
Oh, it's definitely a massive factor in why this team has performed the way they have.
I've covered them. I've done games. I've seen them. The idea that Kirk Cousins is the only central focus of what's going on here, and if you were to take whatever quarterback that you think is the better quarterback and put them in that spot, and they're automatically 3 games better, I just don't buy it. I just don't believe it. Does he make mistakes? Yes. Most quarterbacks do. But does he make plays that give his team a chance to be winners? I believe yes. How about the play he made last night with the scramble, and then he threw the ball that Crowder came back for and turned into a big play? That wasn't just being thrown up for grabs. That was work that they've done where in a scramble situation, he has confidence in his guys going to come back and get it, and he knows who he's targeting. I really think that Kirk Cousins works hard at it. The idea that, okay, well, we're going to go get someone better. You guys know quarterback roulette's a hard game to play.
Oh, we've been on that.
The Redskins know it very well.
We were on that for 25 years.
right? Buffalo tried it earlier this season and said, okay, well, we're going to go with the guy who looks really good in preseason. That's Nathan Peterman, because Tyrod Taylor had a rough game. The whole team went, what? And they showed it in the next game. 5 interceptions, and they didn't play well. Let's go back to Tyrod, because we actually know him and trust him more. Not saying he's an all-star, but he's the best that they have, and the team believes in him. I know that this Washington team believes in Kirk Cousins and knows he's the best one that they have. Okay, play roulette. Let him walk. Okay? Are you drafting one of these kids coming out? Do you really think Josh Rosen is that answer? I suggest everyone better do some serious homework on that one. I don't know that Sam Darnold's coming out. I don't know that Josh Allen from Wyoming's coming out. I've heard a rumor he may go back to school and play another year at another school, play at a big-time Power 5 school to try and show his wares. Who is going to be that guy? We don't know. But I do know this. Kirk Cousins, I believe, gives you a chance to win. And I believe gives you a chance to win if you get to the, get to the playoffs and win.